Right, yeah. Yep.
Oh, yes. That's pretty common.
Hey. How do you get it?
Can I get the sign again? Welcome to the March 13th Village Shawnee Hills Village Council meeting. For all that can, please stand and say the pledge of allegiance. Pledge of allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic which stands one under God, indivisible, with liberty. Yes.
Eisner?
Yes.
Rosa?
Here.
Danny? Here. Hatcher?
Here.
Zimmerman?
Present. All right, approval of the minutes from February 27th. Anything on page 1? Page 2?
Yes. 6 paragraph down, planning and zoning. Knights should have an apostrophe.
All right, page 3. Page 4. Page 5. Do I have a motion to approve the minutes from the 27th?
Second. Oh, I'm sorry. I only heard so moved. I didn't hear a second. I apologize.
Okay. Pete?
Yes.
Eisner?
Yes.
Rosa?
Yes.
Danny? Yes. Hatcher?
Yes.
Zimmerman?
Yes. All right, any questions on the agenda?
Yes. The first reading for resolution 06/2023. Instead of co, it should be two. EWR instead of TOW.
Okay.
I got a couple things here too. Since you said hey, on the resolution 05/2023, down in section 1, you're talking about a Chevy Tahoe on section 2, and then you start to talk about the Ford Explorer.
Oh, that's because I didn't. Cut and paste that.
Yeah, there you go.
It's a Chevy Tahoe, right?
Right.
Sorry.
And then on the payment listings, you're married to Mark there.
Oh, did it carry over?
Yeah, it's yeah, Mark has, yeah, you gotta square that one up.
No, it should be right now.
Yeah. Wow, I know, you're impressed. I do these stuff.
Is that it?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yes.
All right, so do I have a motion to approve the agenda with the corrections?
Second.
Pete?
Yes.
Eisner?
Yes.
Rosa?
Yes.
Danny? Yes. Hatcher?
Yes.
Zimmerman?
Yes.
Right. All right.
3 things on my report for tonight. Just remind council, I did attend the February 28th Planning and Zoning meeting where we continued our discussion of the urban density residential district. Some additional things for me to look at came out of that. One of my office has been working on that, and I know we have another meeting at the end of the month, so more to come on that. Second thing, we have been working with Mark on some of the zoning matters. I know we drafted another zoning complaint for our residents in town. I think that's been filed, but I have to follow back up with Mark, but we're in the process of working that one through the court system. And then last but not least, resolution 06/2023, that's the police levy legislation that's on there. 2 or 2.5%, whichever you prefer, but it's not written as an emergency because under the statute, the legislation will take effect immediately upon its passage. But I will say, council chooses, you can waive the 3 readings and just read it once and adopt it tonight. You know, it would, if you then move to adopt it, it would become effective tonight. We have time because it's not going to be till the November ballot, but yeah, I get a little nervous because we have to, get this done, have the auditor certificate back. The law changed slightly. The auditor used to have 10 days to get it back. Now there's no time frame on that. I don't think Delaware is going to delay that, but we have to get that back, then you have to do another piece of legislation to actually place that on the ballot. And that will have to be done, I think, by August. So there's time in there, but you can, again, all this does is nothing more than ask the auditor's office for their certificate of the valuation. So you know what the levy would actually, how much funds it would raise. So that's an option for you tonight. Whenever you decide first, second, or third reading, it will take effect on the day you adopt it.
But we have to make a motion to approve this as an emergency if we want to do it, right?
You would have to make a motion to waive the second. And if you were to do it tonight, you have to make a motion to waive the second and third readings. And then when you did that, then once that motion passed, then you could just follow with a motion to adopt. It would be adopted. It would take effect immediately. If you wanted to, Renee. But
Any questions?
any questions? All right, thank you.
All right, Ross?
Traffic light is operational, as we're all well aware. They're still gonna adjust some of the timing on it. I know they've tweaked it a little bit, but it was going pretty quick on the Shawnee Trail side and staying too long on the Vic Road side. The equipment that is up there, with except for the light and the actual lights and the poles, the beams, everything else is temporary. To get the plaza operational sometime end of May, before June, hopefully before the Memorial Tournament. They'll replace it with all the new stuff, but they're still waiting on the equipment to come in. So right now Equity's leasing all that.
So they put the stop bar in, they do that too, or are they not going to?
Equity will be painting stop bars, yes. Yep, we talked about that. What's that?
Who sets that? But like where the stop bars go, like, do we set that? Does the county pay?
I'm sure there's a standard. The company that installed the light is the same company that installs lights all throughout Central Ohio. And the same company is going to do the painting, and they paint all the intersections around, the majority of the intersections around, unless municipality does it themselves. So that's their wheelhouse, and there's engineered drawings that have been approved, and so I'm sure they'll follow that. I just don't know exactly what. I want to reiterate, since the light's drawing a lot of attention, that wasn't the village's decision to put the traffic light in. The village, it was required via a traffic study for the plaza that came in. I know that had a lot of questions on Facebook. Equity's entrance, as we saw, we had the bicycle crash that happened last week. I'll also reiterate, the sidewalks are designed for pedestrian traffic, not bicycles. So when that was all designed, it was designed for pedestrians, not bicycles. Equity is installing additional safety measures. It's in our easement, but it's on their property, that most of that entranceway. And we met with them with the engineer last week, and we have a plan we're going to start off with some safety measures. And if it still continues to be an issue, we can increase those all the way to a full-blown high visibility crosswalk. Hoping not have to go that route, because that's a lot of sticks and a lot of paint, but we'll do what we have to do to make it safe. Paving has been sent to Chris. Once I hear back, I'll have it for UST. We can discuss it. One of the areas we're looking at is Shawnee Trail and Glick it's really bad. So we're going to try to at least get some of the paving or most of the paving done as early as we can to fix those areas. Village improvements, the village rock upgrades are done, waiting on landscape. Veterans Memorial is done, waiting on the tile top, which I'm hoping will be here before Memorial Day. Fingers crossed, it's probably not going to be here in time. And then landscape, and then I have a meeting with the company tomorrow. We're gonna talk about lighting for all those the entrance, both entrance rocks and the Veterans Memorial. The street light conversions along Dublin and Glick are complete. Waiting on the engineer plans to add lighting, the excess lighting along Glick Road, and we'll tackle that in UST when that comes. I did speak with Edison regarding the overhead lights, so everything's been changed out per the agreement. There's one light that they missed across the street from the bogey that they're going to come back and do, and then they still owe us the extra lights between El Vaquero and third base in that whole corridor there. So that's coming hopefully soon. Banners. So all of our banner brackets are going to be replaced this year. Most of them are rotten out or rusted out. Richard taking them off last fall. It was about the last time that we're going to unscrew and screw those balls on. So what we're looking at doing, because it's really not safe to change these banners north of north of Mohawk, places where there's not sidewalk and that we can't really get in there. So we're going to do banners from Mohawk south and then Glick Road, and we're just going to change those out. Glick Road's going to get double banners, so we can do something with the chamber or businesses down there. They can have one side, the village can have the other side. It'll look nice. Framby's Park, we repurposed the stone from the village rocks to add another rock wall around there's a big drop off on the back end, so we extended a rock wall around. And then Fort Ironworks is going to take the pump. The pump's pretty neat. It's one of the few pieces of artifact that we have from the village. There's a big crack in it right now, and it really needs refinished. And the handle's broken. But Fort Ironworks is going to take that, and they're going to refurbish it, and then get it back here. And I just confirmed that today. Wine Snob, we met with Larry 2 times last week. He was shown exactly what he needs to submit and resubmit. Mark reviewed his entire submission. We are really trying to work with him to get that complete, but there's some steps that he needs to take before he comes back to ABR. And I just wanted to keep you guys apprised of that. Ohio groundskeeping, the owners are out of the country probably until the end of March. So when they're available again, we'll establish a line of communication and push them to start working as it's getting warmer outside. Crosswalks, we're evaluating our current crosswalks on Dublin Road, focusing on the ones across from Dell's. It would have been our second pedestrian hit in 2 years in front of Dell's. Neither one used the button to get across, but that's one thing Chris and I are looking at. And right now, per the traffic counts, our crosswalks are suitable for what we have now, looking 5, 10, 15 years in the future. With some issues, we get complaints about near misses in some of the crosswalks. So we're going to look at them and see what grant money is feasible for us to get in line for. Some of the grants 2 to 4 years. So we're not in dire straits right now, but we might be in 5, 10 years. So crosswalk wise.
What I mean, like now, somebody doesn't stop, can't cite them or anything. What do you need to do to make them legit where, because most people don't stop.
So you can, if the pedestrians, you don't have to stop, but if the pedestrians in the roadway, you absolutely have to stop, blinky lights or not.
Right.
The traffic, so we're looking at a particular signal that would go across the road, would have a mast arm that actually would turn Dublin Road red.
Gotcha.
Sunbury has installed a few, I think there's one on Cheshire, to where, and it doesn't require that there's a sensor. So the pedestrian, there will be a signal, there will be a button, but as the pedestrian approaches the intersection, it'll tell them, wait. And then it'll automatically kick in the process, whether they hit the button or you're just standing there.
So it would make it mandatory for somebody to stop unless they hit the arm.
It would turn into a red light,
Yeah.
essentially.
Gotcha.
Yep. So just looking at planning out and capturing grant funding with that, because those are not cheap. Attended the Shawnee Hills Blooms meeting. They're working on their plantings, their spring plantings, and they're planning out a watering schedule to help us out. We have the flower pots that came in, so we're looking at putting them in various locations in the village. Met with the chamber. I think we're going to move forward with a couple trash cans in some public spaces. But really excited for things in the works to brighten up our main street. Some of the flower ideas and plantings that they had were really cool. And when they come back with a plan, I hope we can share that soon.
Any questions?
Yes. Yeah, Russ, on Shawnee Station on Shopping Center, on the north side, weren't they originally supposed to mound that? North of the parking lot between Galba's property and that, that was supposed to be mounted like 5-6 foot in the air with pines staggered out. Are they done?
I think that was part of the EUD behind it and not
I don't think so.
equities. I can go back and look.
Yeah, please do. You visit that.
I thought I recall that they were just supposed to work on the drainage together between the two. I don't remember.
Yeah, there was a mountain they were supposed to, yeah.
Could be.
So just look. Yeah, just check. Yeah. So they did. Thanks, Russ.
There was a lake back there. water retention, there's a lot of water getting pulled in there. I don't know if Mark, I know Mark drove around with me and looked for that with the last big rainfall.
Oh, we did. The problem with that particular area was when equity was going through the approval process, so was the PUD for the 9 houses behind. And equity was to do things with drainage, and then that PUD was to do things with drainage. And it would have fixed that whole area.
And then we also were coupling project when that was being done.
Correct. And then so equity got approved. The other developer walked away, so that there's half of that still needs to be mitigated. Hopefully soon.
I just noticed it at night, that's why I figured out to your attention in case you didn't notice it, or somebody didn't see.
Oh, yeah, there's a couple areas, and then I know the flooding in front of Shawnee Station. In the road was because the silt bags on the sewer, Chris gave us to go ahead to pull those bags off. All of our sewers were plugged up. Because the EPA mandates with construction, so once we got the go ahead from Chris, we pulled it. And flushed it.
All right, any other questions?
Thanks, Russ.
All right, thank you, Russ. All right, communications, most of the communications this week were, I won't steal Kathy's thunder, but there'll be a survey that everybody will receive. This is starting from the planning and zoning meeting that we had, so that Russ and Kathy and Brian worked on preparing a survey that goes out dealing with multifamily housing. And we received our Tree City USA certificate. So this is our second straight year that we're Tree City USA. And that's it. Rob?
Just meeting on Wednesday with the veterans group, the Post 800. We're gonna be talking about what we're gonna try to do for the park rededication. So hopefully, they said Memorial Day was doable since they're already doing a parade in the area. So hopefully we can piggyback on that. So that's all I have.
All right, committee reports?
UST did not meet today, so.
Planning and zoning did meet the end of February, and well, I think the meeting, 2.5 hours long. And we did listen to a presentation about a potential development for the property north of Straters. It has a cell tower in the middle of it. That was a multi-use proposal with commercial in the front and potentially condominiums to the rear, which would need to be addressed in our zoning code. And as a result of the discussion in the meeting, we devised as Dan said, a questionnaire for residents that will be mailed out hopefully in the next day or two, due back into the village office here, in several ways, email, mail, or personal delivery, by March 24th, and so that we can have the results before the March 28th next planning and zoning meeting. And we just want to get some input, so hopefully people will fill it out and send it in one way or another, and we'll see what we have.
Anybody else? All right, legislative actions. We have a second reading, resolution 04/2023, a resolution authorizing and directing the village administrator and fiscal officer to execute a development agreement with Equity LLC and declare an emergency. And
I thought we decided last time we didn't even need to do it on the second reading, it could go all three. Am I wrong? Because that's the one where we have a certain amount of time to do their stuff and do our stuff and they have
I'm
theirs.
just going to change the legislation.
Yeah. So it doesn't need to be an emergency, right?
I don't think there's any time for doing.
So I don't think we should do it as an emergency.
Any questions? Anyone? So no motion for an emergency? So that'll go to a third reading. Second reading, ordinance 04/2023, an ordinance amending section 921.03A, potable water user charge, and section 921.03B, well water user charge of the codified ordinances of the village of Shawnee Hills and declare an emergency.
And this one needed to be an emergency because it needed to be in time for which bill cycle, Shirley?
Marches.
If you do it as an emergency, I get it on this week.
Do we know what dollar amount we would be losing if we didn't and we had it on April?
Chris's. I can't remember.
Just again, this is one where we are forced to raise sewer and water, and we want to make sure we have ample.
Well, no,
We're not
Columbus-
raising.
we're not raising.
Correct.
Columbus.
That is correct.
Right, Columbus.
In turn, we have to
Yeah, right,
raise,
right.
correct, yes.
But
But
losing money because.
Right.
correct, yeah, Columbus is charging us more than what we have been raising.
Right.
Correct, yes, yes. But I mean, it's been going on this long, I guess we just, the trash just went up, not ours, but it just went up.
Well, Rumpke raised the rate.
Right,
not-
correct.
Right, not the
Right,
village.
yeah, I just, it's open for discussion, I'm just.
I disagree. I think we should go on emergency.
I do too, because there's no reason the village should pay for it. Okay.
Who else?
No.
We can agree to disagree on that.
There you go.
Well, we agreed with you on the first.
Well, thanks.
Still a little give and take here.
Say it again, I said at the last meeting, I hate when we do emergencies, it feels like we're trying to push something through quickly, and I don't like that. Well, and I know sometimes it's required or it's needed, and I understand your thinking, but I just feel like we should avoid it at all costs when possible, that's all.
All right, anyway, so do I have a motion to suspend with the third reading and declare this 0/4/2023 emergency?
So moved.
Second,
Gates,
yes.
Eisner,
Yes,
Rosa,
Yes.
Mantley,
No,
Batcher,
Yes.
Zimmerman.
Well, now we can't vote.
You can't vote.
We can't vote.
One no.
If we don't pass, it's not unanimous.
No, you can five. No.
Then I was told wrong.
No, five.
2/3.
All right, do I have a motion to adopt ordinance 0/4/2023?
So moved.
Second.
Gates,
Yes.
Eisner,
yes,
Rosa,
Yes.
Mantley,
yes,
Batcher,
Yes.
Zimmerman.
Yes.
All right, we have first reading resolution 0/5/2023, a resolution authorizing the mayor and fiscal officer to enter into a contract with tax exempt leasing corp for a lease purchase agreement for 2023 Chevrolet Tahoe special four-wheel drive and declare an emergency. All right, any questions on this? All right, so
just one question that. What, I think probably you just said this at the last meeting, but why is it an emergency?
Well, let me just, because I wanted to check something too. So with that, and I know you hear Tahoe and you think $70,000-$80,000 SUV. We get a special price on them. So the price of the Tahoe is just a little bit more than the price of the Ford Explorer. Maintenance wise, the Tahoe long-term is turning out much less expensive to own for police departments than the Ford Explorer. So that's why we're going to the Tahoe option. So when you hear Tahoe, we're not talking $80,000-$90,000 off the lot price. It's a special police vehicle. It's a police car.
Is
It's
that
not
state contract?
well, yes, state contract price. Reason why it was listed as an emergency today, and either today or next meeting, if it goes to a second reading, is the quote for the finance is only good for so many days. And that's why it was as an emergency.
What's your wait time on the vehicle?
April,
This April.
this April.
Is it's here, right? I mean,
Okay.
It should be here any day, so.
Okay.
and there was the other reason.
And there's equipment that we need to order, and so that vehicle April. I can't order, I'm not gonna order any equipment until it's passed, and then so equipment could be 4 weeks, 6 weeks. I don't know how long for equipment.
All right, any other questions? Do I have a motion to suspend with the second and third reading, declare resolution 0/5/2023 an emergency?
So move.
Second,
Gates,
Yes.
Eisen,
Yes,
Rosa,
Yes.
Manny,
No.
Thatcher,
Yes.
Zimmerman.
Yes.
Do I have a motion to approve resolution 05-2023?
so moved.
Second.
Gates,
Yes.
Eisen,
Yes,
Rosa,
Yes.
Manny,
No.
Thatcher,
Yes.
Zimmerman.
Yes.
All right, I have a first reading resolution 06-2023. A resolution declaring the necessity to levy a tax outside the 10 mil limitation. Requesting the Delaware County Auditor certify the village of Shawnee Hills and the dollar amount of revenue that will be generated by the renewal of a 2 1/2 mils 3-year tax levy for providing and maintaining motor vehicles, communications, other equipment, buildings, and sites for such buildings used directly in the operation of the police department for the payment of salaries of permanent or part-time police communications or administrative personnel to operate the same, including the payment of any employer contributions required for such personnel under revised code 145.48 or revised code 742.33.
This is authorizing you to apply, right?
All this is you telling Shirley that she can send a letter to the auditor to get the valuation back.
Right, and then you said, when it comes back, when we have to do legislation again.
Then you'll, yeah, she'll do legislation and we'll put it on the ballot in November.
Cool.
And this is basically just a renewal of the same levy that was before, same millage, same term. I have to use all those words because that's really what the statute says. The ballot will probably say for police protection services. That's all the language in the statute.
And we didn't do this for spring because the county didn't have an election.
What's good will be shorter because election day is only one day. This might take at least 6 hours to read. All right, so do I have a motion to suspend with the second and third reading and declare resolution 06-2023 an emergency?
So moved.
Second.
Gates,
Yes.
Eisen,
yes,
Rosa,
Yes.
Manny,
Yes.
Thatcher,
Yes.
Zimmerman.
Yes.
All right, resolution or motion to adopt resolution 06-2023.
So moved.
second,
Gates,
Yes.
Eisen,
yes,
Rosa,
Yes.
Manny,
Yes.
Thatcher,
Yes.
Zimmerman.
Yes.
All right, first reading ordinance 07-2023, an ordinance to reappropriate funds for current expenses and other expenditures of the village of Shawnee Hills, state of Ohio during the fiscal year ending December 31st, 2023. I don't need an
It's
emergency.
not
on
an
that.
emergency. No. And that's to help take care of the payments for the cruiser, so there's enough. to cover a couple months anyway, so. Okay.
All right. Did we have a chance to review? I know, do I have a motion to approve payment of the bills in the amount of $61,102.75?
Second.
Gates,
Yes.
Eisen.
yes,
Rosa.
Yes.
Manny,
Yes.
Thatcher,
Yes.
Zimmerman.
Yes.
All right, Shirley, treasurer's report.
The general fund, $12,039.25. Refund, $408,036.98. State highway, $33,910.60. Union body hammer, $2,753.48. Continuing professional training, $2,535.48. Evans Farm Jed, $41.27. Drug law enforcement, $534.41. Indigent drivers, $385.84. Law Enforcement Trust, $3,259.20. American Rescue Plan, $63,418.14. Enforcement Education, $1,245.85. Fire levy, $70,672.93. TIF, $83,469.26. TIF 2, $28,886.54. Police District Fund, $124,543.40. Veterans Memorial, $298.97. Sewer operating, $35,280.95. Sewer replacement, $8,608. Storm sewer, 17,409.13. I changed the word a little bit on some enterprise improvement, 2,615.68. And enterprise debt service, 104,492.78. Sorry, for a total of 1,403,836.22.
Anyone have any questions? Okay, so a motion to approve the treasurer's report is met.
Second,
Bates, Ister,
yes.
Rosa,
Yes.
Manning.
Yes.
Cantor.
Yes.
Zimmerman.
Yes.
Anybody have any miscellaneous business? Motion to adjourn.
Hey, wait a minute. I'm waving at you. There is no ribbon cutting Friday. You're escaping that.
I know. But
It's gonna snow.
yeah, I appreciate doing it when it's more like 70.
Don't say Vita Baby Salon or Baby Boutique. It's changing hands. I will know more Monday and look for it in the Gazette because I have an interview with the new owner.
Is it a new owner or is it the other partner?
It's a new owner,
Oh, completely new owner.
yeah. And then Boston Stoker, she hopes to be open in the middle of April. She just had a baby girl.
Oh, well,
So I congratulated her and said we look forward to hearing more.
well,
So that's all I know there.
all right. I did not know that. All right, anything else? All right, motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?